Hello crafty friends, it's Terry from Veegstez Creates back with another crafty video for you. This video is part of my inspiration team work for iCrafter. So I'm using a number 4 actually, or components from 4 of the brand new December 2021 releases. So in my last video, if you saw it, I used these dashed squares. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link to it here and also in the description box below. But basically I used the second smallest die to make a patchwork quilt kind of effect, and it looked really cool, and I turned that into a Christmas card. But I said in that video that I was really inspired by the designer's card here. So they had created this, which to me looks like a film strip, and used it and filled it with shaker elements. But I said in my last video, I think that would be really cool to put like photos in. So, and then there's also these other 2 new releases this month, which are Shadow Happy Birthday and Shadow Hello Friend. And then there is a I Love You pop-up card. So I thought, because I was originally going to use some actual photos, but then I thought, how cute would it be to have a little fox poking out of these little photo strip holes. So, you know, if you sort of think of like back in the day when we used to have photo booths, and you'd have like you and a friend maybe squeezed into, or you and a partner squeezed into the photo booth taking silly photos. So I basically wanted to recreate that, but using this gorgeous little fox. I'm also using the Happy Birthday sentiment and shadow die from this set, and from this set I'm using the second largest die. So I've done all of the preparation off screen, so we can just get cracking on the actual process. So this is a very large card base. It's like 7 3/4 inch square. So I got a piece of nice Arctic blue cardstock and cut that down to 7.5 inch square. So we can quickly go ahead and adhere that. This is going to look so cool though. Like I've just started I've coloured in the fox off camera, or the 3 foxes, and just coloured them with my alcohol markers and just sitting on the sofa, and oh, it's gonna look so cool. I'm really excited to actually make this card. My film strip, which I have made, is white. It's 2.5 inches wide, so I cut a 2.5 inch wide strip, and the length was longer than that. I just used a length of card that I had, and then I used the second smallest stitched edge die, centered that in the correct position at the bottom, and then just sellotaped it, well not sellotaped, and then I added some washi at the top and bottom, ran that through the die cutting machine, and then repeated the process for the next 2, so they're all nice and even. And then the actual strip itself is 7 inches long, hence why I need such a large card base. But it works out perfectly because these sentiments are very large. They're really nice, really, really good size. So I was playing about with which colour I wanted my shadow layer and which colour I wanted my actual words to be in, and I think I figured that out, but I might change my mind in a little bit because, you know, creative license, we're allowed to change our minds. But I've started doing the fox, so I wanted to show you how I did that. So I've got this little fishbowl here which has got all little fox components in it. I cut down a strip of black card to a fraction, just a hair, like 1/8 of an inch shorter on each side, well on the top and the one side, just so that it fits inside, that it doesn't overhang into the white area. So what I did is place the strip over the black strip, and then I've started to sort of put my fox in place because I want him to be in different positions in each one. And then you can see here, I'll move it around a little bit so you can see better what I mean. So I decided to put this top one at an angle. So you can see here I've made some pencil lines. So he's going to be off at an angle, so he needs to come over a bit. So this little hole in the middle is where his little nose is, which is a little black nose. There are also little eyes as well, but because the background's black, I've just popped, I'm not going to bother popping them back in and colouring them in black because the background's black. But I am going to attach the noses. So there we go. It's slotted in nicely. So you can see, as I showed you, there are some pencil marks here. So I've identified where I want him to go. And then I'll cut those bits off. And then let's go for a different one. So here's a little fox head. I think we'll have him like straight on. Oh, and also there's the tails as well. So this one I might just have the top of the tail showing like that. This one, obviously these bits will be cut off, so I need some face sides. So the die cuts all of the pieces out individually. Now if you're clever, you can do what I've done here with the dies, with the sentiment strips, and just put a piece of washi on the back so that they don't all fall out. And actually they were together and I coloured them together, but then they started breaking up. This one, I'm going to want to put pencil line right along here and cut that off. And then, so should we have more of his tail showing this time? Pop it in the side. So you can see it's a bit fiddly, but I just wanted to show you the process of how I'm going about it. Yeah, so I'll have him straight on, him off to one side, and then the bottom one I'll have off to the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and I'll be back in a second once I've stuck all these into the correct position and then popped that on top of there. Okay, my crafty friends, so here we go. We've got all these gorgeous little foxes on this strip, and I am so pleased with the way it's turned out. I just think it looks absolutely adorable. I'm going to colour their little noses in black, and I've just been trying out different layouts for the card. So I'm going to go with the rule of thirds, so that this strip is in sort of the third or 1/3 of the card, and then I'm going to have the happy birthday and a few of the stars. With this one I kept the letters inside, and then I've added the or just placed at the moment the actual letters in the coral colour over the top. So I'm going to do the same for the birthday. I've kept all the bits and I'm just going to infill them back in, just to give it a bit of extra dimension. And I'm going to raise this up on some foam pads. So I think that's the most important thing to do first. So I'm going to grab a little bit of foam roll here. So it'll be a nice and dimensional. And I just think this is going to be such a super cute card. I've got a friend actually who is nicknamed Foxy, so I just think this is going to end up being her birthday card for her next birthday. It's absolutely so cute, and I love the retro vibes of the sort of the sentiments, and I just really like these particular new releases. Just, it's amazing sometimes the way that things that are so simple, like sentiment dies or square dies, the way that they can be so versatile with just a bit of creative thinking. So I'm obviously going to ensure that all of these products are linked in the description box below for you. And so you'll be able to grab yourself anything if you want to. They will be affiliate links, so that means that if you do choose to purchase anything from any of my links, I get a small commission as part of that, so it's no extra charge to yourselves. It's just a little added bonus for me, which helps to support me and my channel. So, and I really do appreciate it if anyone or when people make purchases through my affiliate links. It really does make a difference, especially to me as a relatively small content creator who has health conditions and sort of only works part-time. So if you are planning on buying any of these items, then it'd be awesome if you would just click through on one of the links, and then you don't have to click through on every single. So if you wanted to buy several items, just clicking through onto the one item, anything that you then purchased, I would gain commission on anything that you purchased. So just to explain that in a bit more detail for you. So there's going to be lots more inspiration coming up using these new release products from other members of the inspiration team. So the Fox does come with an actual, it's part of the I Love You pop-up card. So you may have seen other pop-up cards that iCrafter have made in the past, so this is another one. But I've just chosen to use the Fox. And again, I think it's just testament to thinking about the versatility of our products, because obviously we have a finite amount of resources, don't we? And you know, it's about getting the most use out of the products that we get. So I always try and think of creative ways to use things. So it's like, okay, you know, some squares, you know, like what can I do with some squares? Well, there's loads of stuff. And as I mentioned in my last video, I really love this dashed squares set. It's just like really versatile. And I just love this film strip. It's just, I mean, I'm going to do this again on loads of different cards with different critters. I just think it looks so adorable. And you could use like different critters as well. Like if you really like, you know, your little critter stamps or dies, this is just like a genius idea. You could just have a little session where you sit there colouring up images or die cutting images, you know, whatever is your preference. I tend to like to do a bit of both. And then just, you know, have a little batch making session where you put them all together. It's just so much fun. I'm really enjoying myself. And you'll notice here with this one the little trick that I've done with holding the sentiment in place with the letters, using a bit of washi on the back. So that's a really handy tip for you, to make sure that you don't lose any of the bits. Where's the tittle? I should have kept the tittle, and I did. The tittle is a little dot on the eye, in case you didn't know. They can often go a-wandering, so it's useful to keep your eye on the tittle. There we go, and then I'm going to stick the birthday on top of here. So I'm not going to make you watch the rest of this because it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm going to now add on the letters, and I like the positioning of the stars that I've chosen. So I'm going to continue on with my gluing, and I will be back in a moment with the finished card. So here we go, my crafty friends, the finished article. So I'll bring it up close to the camera so you can see all of the cute little foxes and the nice dimension that we get from having it raised upon foam pads, and the dimension from here. So I'm really pleased with the way this card has turned out. I just think it's so cute, and because it's such a large card, it occurred to me that it'd be really useful for those sort of occasions where, like, if you work in an office and you know, it's someone's birthday and you need like a large card for lots of people to sign. So that's another use, as well as for people like me that love cute little critters. So yeah, so I'd love to hear what you think about this card. So just leave me any comments that you have, or if you've got any questions about anything to do with the construction or anything like that. And that's it from me today. So I will see and speak to you soon with some more crafty goodness. Bye for now.